2001: A Space Odyssey, a film made in 1968, a film made by Stanley Kubrick, a film that many consider to be one of the greatest achievements in film history. A few months ago, I heard a lot of people talking about Stanley Kubrick, best known for his work on The Shining, A Clockwork Orange, and 2001, but they referred to him as the best filmmaker ever. I realized I had never seen one of his movies before, so I decided I'd finally watch 2001: A Space Odyssey. There's no doubt that this is one of the most influential pieces of cinema to ever be created, but you clicked on this video because it says I didn't love it. Now, I've already gotten into countless arguments about this film on Discord especially. I'm going to tell you, the viewer, the same thing I told some people in the critic community. Please understand that just because I don't love 2001 like everyone else, does not mean I'm trying to be difficult. Does not mean I didn't watch the film. Does not mean I missed something. It only means that I have a separate opinion from you. This in no way takes away the fact that you can also have your opinion. That's why I always encourage you sharing your thoughts in the comment section, because everyone is allowed to have their own opinions. This video is not going to try and prove that you're wrong. It will only say why I personally don't love the film. Now, I already know I'm going to get dislikes for this, because some people don't care what I have to say. They love 2001 and they won't accept if someone has a separate opinion, but I challenge you, hear what I have to say and just try to understand where I'm coming from. Thank you. Is that enough of an intro? Okay, let's talk about the actual film. How can you not talk about the visuals in this film? They are stunning, truly incredible. It is quite an achievement that a film made way back in 1968 looks as amazing as it does. It seriously looks like it was made in recent years, and I can imagine how mind-blowing it must have been to watch that back in 1968. Just look at these scenes that I'm showing you right now. I can't believe they were able to do that in the 60s. That is amazing. The visuals are very creative, and I can absolutely appreciate all the work that went into every shot of the film. However, visuals don't make the movie. I believe that the most important parts to a film are always characters and story. The visuals can add to all of that. The visuals are the icing on the cake to an already well-structured movie. If the visuals are the best part of the movie, that's kind of a bad sign in my opinion. But for 2001, it is a little different, because these are probably some of the best visuals of all time. Unfortunately, I didn't see anything truly good other than the visuals. 2001 has no real main characters. We have Dave and Hal, but they're only in it for a portion of the movie, and they're not in it for any of the first hour. It just feels like a disconnected movie, because most of the stuff we see at the beginning literally does not matter. It doesn't add anything to the story that we end up focusing on, and that bothers me. The monkeys that we see for the first 10 minutes don't add anything, and then we just have a montage of cool visuals. What are we focusing on? The answer is nothing. The movie doesn't focus on anything in specific. We just jump around to different scenes that don't matter. There's a scene where a person calls his daughter who's on a different planet, but then we never see those two characters again, and I just don't understand that decision. Why spend so much time on things that don't matter? I already see the comments. Micah, you were expecting something totally different. 2001 isn't about characters. Alright, so it doesn't bother to develop any characters. I guess I'll try to live with that. There are some movies that I love that don't have great characters, so I guess I'm fine with 2001 not having any interesting ones. But that also means it should probably have a pretty great plot to make up for bland characters. But does it have a story? I'm not sure. Like I mentioned before, it just feels like we jump around to different scenes that don't connect, and it doesn't seem to focus on anything. It's not about any of that, it's for the unique experience. So you're telling me the best movie of all time sacrifices well-developed characters and a focused story just so that it can have a unique experience? Huh. Okay, I gotta be honest, I didn't really enjoy the experience of the movie either. I didn't like the atmosphere that it created with all the stretched out scenes and the music repeating over and over. The visuals are the most important part of this film, and I don't like that. Visuals should not be the defining factor. I go into a movie to be fascinated by the story, an interesting story, or to relate to the characters, and 2001 doesn't have those things. It values how the movie looks, rather than what the movie will show or tell people. The best movies are the ones that taught me something. The Shawshank Redemption taught me about hope, La La Land taught me about sacrifice, and 2001 doesn't say anything. It just shows the audience some cool visuals, but visuals don't make a movie. Continuing with Shawshank and La La Land, Shawshank has a phenomenal story, and also has some pretty great visuals. La La Land has amazing characters, and also has fantastic colors for visuals, but these films don't put visuals first. They establish story and characters, while 2001 only seems to care about having cool looking scenes. As much as I hate to say it, it's sort of how I look at the 2009 film Avatar. Avatar adds nothing good with its plot or story, it only has some decent visuals. 2001 is a lot better than Avatar, but you get the idea. Why should I care about 2001 when it doesn't try to do anything other than have amazing visuals? That's not why I watch a movie. If you watch films for the one purpose of seeing cool things, then yeah, you might like 2001, but I'd rather have a story. 2001 is an experience. It's unlike anything you'll ever see, but why is that such a good thing? Why is it good to throw out the things that make other movies so great? I expected more from the greatest filmmaker, Stanley Kubrick. I expected more from one of the best movies ever made. I get it. The visuals are truly amazing. It made me say, oh hey, that's kinda cool, but that's it. I will never understand how some people call this a thought-provoking movie. You look at some cool stuff on the screen, and then there's nothing to think about. When this movie ended, there was nothing for me to think about. Another thing I will never understand is how people call this one of the best films ever made. I don't know how a movie without characters, and without much of a story, can be the best. Of course I respect your opinions, but I just don't understand how a film as incomplete as this can be the best. I want to congratulate Stanley Kubrick for making a film in 1968 that was so far ahead of its time, but this will never be one of my favorites because it seems to miss the point of why I watch movies. 2001: A Space Odyssey is an experience with phenomenal visuals, but it's not a good film.